This is the Coco and Lefty Show, episode 27. Today's featured obituary in the New York Times reported the death of Anatoly Belitsky, age 42, the featured trapezist of the famed Flying Belitskys, an old family of circus flyers. Anatoly was the first and only performer on the flying trapeze to do a quadruple somersault without benefit of a safety net. At the Easter parade in New York City, while crossing Fifth Avenue, he slipped on a banana peel and was run over by a bicycle messenger. In a coma at Lenox Hill Hospital, he died yesterday as a result of traumatic brain injury. A family member reported that Gutterman's funeral home arranged for cremation, and the family will sit Shiva at their temporary residence at the Waldorf Astoria.
Well, sorry to hear that. And the obituary does indeed remind me that life is a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm now an old man, and I have a penis replica. Well, I made this about 40 years ago, back in my Dexedrine days. And I remember sending it with a Valentine's card to Coco at the Red Hook Middle School. And she opened it, and the 6th grade girls got a surprise anatomy lesson. Well, members of my family don't seem to want it. Not Peter, not Susan, not my brother Michael, not even cousin Marvin and Ivy. So I emailed a picture of it to the Icelandic Penis Museum, and they called me and told me that they in fact are still collecting new material, but not replicas. In any case, they told me that mine was too small. So I responded by telling them that though it might be small, I indeed had the tallest house in Red Hook. Anyway, I don't want to offer it on eBay because some pervert might get hold of it. I want to be ensured that it will be treated responsibly and with respect. If any of you have any interest or suggestion, please let me know in a message on the Facebook page, The Coco and Lefty Show. Well, let me digress. As you know, Coco, who is a Phi Beta Kappa graduate, has amazing mathematical mind-reading powers, and she's agreed to do an on-air demonstration. Coco?
Yes, Lefty, that's true, together with my miraculous parrot, Maurice. Hi, Maurice. I will proceed with the demonstration. I want each of you to choose a number between 1 and 10. Now, I want you to double that number. Take your resulting number and multiply it by 4. Now take that number and divide it by the original number that you chose. I want you to add 2 to that number. Concentrate on it and stare at the screen. Maurice, whisper the number to me. Maurice whispered the number 10.
Gee, I did it, Coco, and that's amazing. Wow. Well, I was going to do a terrific card trick, but I forgot to bring my cards to the studio. So
why don't you tell a card joke instead, Lefty?
that's an idea. Maybe a Morris joke?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 5 friends were gathered and playing at their weekly poker game. And Morris lost $500. It was the rent money and the food money. And in panic, shock, Morris grabbed his chest, his heart, and he dropped dead on the floor. Well, the friends continued playing until after a while they realized that Morris was dead and somebody had to tell his wife. Nobody wanted to do that. So, well, they drew cards, and as he lost, he had to go tell Sadie. So he went to Morris and Sadie's house, and he knocked on the door. And Sadie answered and said, "Hello, Izzy, what is it?" He said, "Well, I have some bad news to tell you. Morris lost $500 at the poker game, and he's afraid to come home." Sadie said, "That bastard, tell him to drop dead." Izzy said, "Okay, Sadie, I'll tell him."
And that's our show for today.
High on a hill with a lonely goat hat, lady, oh lady, oh